Charlotte's words sliced through the soft glow of the fire. "What's a parasite like you doing here? Get out right now, or I'm calling the police." She stood in my living room, wine glass in hand, the same luxury crystal I'd gifted her last Christmas, filled with vintage wine from my private cellar. "I'm Natalie Brooks, 38, self-made real estate entrepreneur. My mountain lodge was my sanctuary, a reward for decades of work. I had planned a peaceful Christmas Eve alone. Blanket, cocoa, and silence. Instead, I returned to find my sister and her husband, Liam, throwing a full-blown holiday party with his entire family. My home was trashed. Music blaring, turkey bones on my coffee table, champagne bottles everywhere. Above the fireplace, the photo of our parents had been replaced by a framed portrait of Liam's family. When I walked in, no one noticed until Liam's mother, startled, greeted me as if I were the intruder. Charlotte emerged from the kitchen, red-faced and drunk, and spat her insult. I understood immediately. She had told everyone I'd lent them the house while I was away on business. "This is my house," I said evenly. Their laughter died. Liam's family turned pale as the truth sank in. Charlotte tried to bluff, threatening to call the police. "Please do," I told her. 20 minutes later, red and blue lights flashed outside. When the officers arrived, Charlotte claimed I was the trespasser. I calmly produced my deed, tax receipts, and ID. The officers confirmed ownership and warned her she was facing trespassing charges. Liam's family, humiliated, apologized. They had believed Charlotte's story, but I'd had enough. "Whether you were deceived or not isn't the point," I said. "You invaded my home and humiliated me. I want you all gone." The officers asked if I wanted them removed. I nodded. Before they could start packing, I pulled out my phone and opened my banking app. "Charlotte," I said clearly, "the apartment you live in, mine. The rent I charge you is a fraction of market value. That ends today." I tapped asterisk confirm. Her face went white. Then I turned to Liam's parents. "The apartment you live in?" "I found it. Signed as your guarantor. No commission. The SUV outside? I paid for it because Charlotte said you needed it for hospital trips. I've been your safety net for years. But tonight, that ends another tap. The loan's canceled. The car will be repossessed." The officers watched in silence as the reality sank in. Charlotte tried to plead. "It's Christmas! You can't do this!" "I already have," I said. "I won't spend another cent on people who treat me like a parasite." They packed their things. Liam's mother sobbed apologies. Charlotte glared at me through tears as the officers escorted them out. When the door closed, silence filled the room again. Only the fire crackled softly. I sat down exhausted, staring at the mess they'd left. My mother's voice echoed in memory. "Please support your sister so she doesn't go astray." I had kept that promise for too long. I had paid their rent, bought their car, cleaned up their failures, all while they drained me dry. Maybe I had enabled it. But that night, I cut the chain. Weeks passed. The lodge returned to peace. Back in the city, my property manager called. Charlotte hadn't paid rent. "Proceed with eviction," I said. "No extensions." Days later, an email confirmed the SUV had been repossessed. I felt nothing. Then, late one night, Charlotte called from an unknown number. Her voice was frantic. "You kicked us out, took the car. What are we supposed to do? Liam's parents hate me. Liam blames me for everything." "You made your choices," I said. "You don't feel responsible?" "I'm not your mother," I told her. "You're 32. Learn to stand on your own." Her voice cracked, then erupted into a fight with Liam on the other end, screaming, accusations, a crash. The call ended. I set the phone down quietly. Rumors later confirmed it. Liam had filed for divorce. They had nothing left, no car, no home, no money. I didn't reach out. Months later, as spring warmed the mountains, Charlotte called again, her voice barely a whisper. "I'm sorry. Please, just give me one more chance. We're sisters. I looked out at the sunlight on the snow. Charlotte, I said softly, if you ever need help again, call the police, like you did that night. Maybe this time they'll take your side. I hung up and blocked her number. That was the last time we ever spoke. The lodge is mine again, quiet, clean, untouched. For the first time, my life belongs solely to me. There are no more parasites, only peace.